Hi, welcome to this week's edition of Winning Ways. And James Goodman's not with us today. He was down surfing at St. John's. I believe he got attacked by a shark, but he's going to be all right. Andrew Harrison has stepped in as the wingman. Andrew, thanks very much for coming in.
My pleasure, Paul. No problem.
It's good to see we got some good racing over the weekend in the country. We had obviously the Empress, the Laurie Jaffe Empress Stakes up in Group 1 race in Gauteng, and we had a couple of Group 3s here. Starting to build up.
Paul, yeah, the winter season here in KZN is top class. I mean, the racing is just different class.
The official opening is on Thursday.
Thursday, yes.
Yeah, that'll be...
It's a long weekend. I hope someone pitches up to eat.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. It's always great that, and that'll be televised, so we'll know what's going on. But let's get straight into the action. The 3 to follow is going to be first. Right, before we get on to the 3 to follow, don't forget, for those of you with the big horses, Vodacom, Durban, July. The nominations are tomorrow. So get that right. Don't be caught napping. There are supplementary stages, but let's get those nominations in so we can see. And obviously our opening function on Thursday, where they'll tell us more about who's been nominated. But let's get into our 3 to follow. Andrew and I are going to talk about them. The first one happened on the 8th of April at Clarewood in a juvenile race. Let's have a look at a horse who ran fourth called Anifesto. Yeah, Andrew, this was a race where a lot of people thought that the horse who ran third, Glinka, would win it. Very fast horse, Glinka, 2 off the right with the gold cap. Anifesto has fallen away from them.
Yeah, Paul, with 2-year-olds, you never actually know where you're going. I mean, you think you try them at home, you think they're going well, and they come to the race course and they let you down. So you stumble slightly coming out. The pen's a little bit slow.
Yeah.
So he's right there.
Very nice race, but not beaten far. Glinka runs a good race, but the race does go to Split the Breeze, and well done to Louis Kuhner and his team. He put Simunga Kumalo on this, and Time and Tide, the mother of this horse. And funny enough, later in the day, I had a horse running out of the same mare over 19. Just goes to prove. But this Brave Tin Soldier, wonderful for Mickey.
It is, yes. I think Brave Tin Soldier is going to make it. I've seen a couple of his babies.
I'm a fan of his.
Yeah.
He's by Storm Cat,
yeah.
And a lovely horse. And here it is, running a very, very good race. A Split the Breeze. The horse we've picked up, it runs fourth. Anifesto. Have a look at it on the outside here. Very good debut.
Kicked on nicely.
Beaten
like
1.85.
1.8 lengths, and he's green and running on.
Came from behind him. So this was a promising run. And trained by Garth Puller, Ant McCoutler rode it. But as you say, Brave Tin Soldier, wonderful, wonderful for Summerhill, our champion breeders. And the Stormcat Line horses have proved themselves time and again. Some people out there say they don't go. But if you can get yourself a VAR, a Black Mandalouche, a Tiger Ridge, you're not going to say
Black
no.
Mandalouche is doing very badly at the moment.
Yeah, or Magok.
Magok,
Magok. The Stormcat Line horses have proven themselves here, contrary to what some people did say about them initially. But that's our first 3 to follow. Anifesto, keep an eye on that. And then we're going to move on to our second one, and this is Elisa's Prize. This was a cracking good race. We're going to show you the race and talk about it because an objection was lodged on behalf of Elisa's Pride by the rider of these 2 horses that fought today. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, James, I keep thinking James is here. Andrew, Elisa's Pride is a prize. It's drawn in the middle. And the horse that beats it's in the old famous Bloomberg silks, you know, the orange with the blue cap. And these 2 soon assert, and it turns out to be a cracking good race.
No, Paul, but as I say, these races are very difficult to sort of dissect. Horses are running around, jockeys are sort of, they don't really know how to push them, you know, because you let them go and they duck around and you're in trouble.
Yeah, just watching this race, you know, you've got Lady Ellen there, Princess Claw, that's also Chloe, I should say, Princess Chloe out there, but Ladi Da, I'm trying to see how it's written here. Ladi Da wins the race. Gerrit Schlechter and Vaughan Marshall. Vaughan's doing well with the 2-year-olds. They're the 2 of them now. The winners on the outside, the orange with the blue cap, that's Gerrit Schlechter. And then Glenn Cotson's a horse on the inside with JP van der Merwe. This is a cracking good race. Yeah, not much in it.
Not much in it, no. But Vaughan's a master at 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
I mean, it always has been. When he was here in Natal, he started off in Ashburton and Clearwood, but his 2-year-olds are always
Yeah, he's a very, very good trainer.
He knows how to.
He owns the Met at the moment. He's won the Gold Cup. He goes 5 furlongs, 16 furlongs. Will Marshall's a very good trainer. So keep an eye on the runner-up. It's Glenn Cotson's runner. And it ran a very good race, Elisa's Prize. Then the third one we're going to look at was up in Gauteng. And Michael Lassie's been stepping out a few horses for the Van Furens. And he's got some beautifully bred horses. This horse didn't show much form, but they put it over this trip. And it's run a very, very good race in Tandokazi. Yeah, you'll see it in the Van Furen Silks. It gets beaten by a horse called Super Glue. But I like the way this horse finished in a race that I thought was competitive, with Joey Soma's horse being the favourite. Let's go and have a look at this race that was run at Gauteng. Yeah, there's a couple in the race in these silks. And this is the one now. Just have a look at this. It's by Costa del Lago. It's very rough in the beginning, but this horse, just given a bit of a chance, and it's still very keen.
Still very keen. Paul, it's those sort of horses. If you get them to settle and to run on, you've got
half
the battle won.
Yeah, half the battle won. Yeah. And now they get it out of the race, and
there's a long way back.
Yeah, a long way back. They're going a good place. Now, Jamba Man was for me the horse I thought would win. Beautifully ridden by Andy Delpesh. It's on the inside in the white. The horse, the eventual winner, is in the Oppenheimer colours, and that's a horse called Super Glue. Gunter Veltman gives that a very good ride for Robbie Sage. And the horse we found in Tandokazi, the Australian horse, as I say, by Costa del Lago, is trying to get a bit closer, but still a long way off them.
Did he come from Mickey Goss's sale with a name like that?
He might have. He might. But I think Michael's bought quite a few for the Van Furens overseas. He might have even bought.
There he's sitting in nicely behind them.
Yeah.
Pulled him out.
There's your winner going in the Oppenheimer Silks, and Anthony Delpesh gets down the inside on Jamba Man. And this, for a stride or two, I thought, well, Jamba Man's going to quicken better than him. Anthony's timed it right. But have a look at this horse in Tandokazi. His stablemate's in the middle of the two fighting it out.
And he's right on the outside, very green, looking to duck in.
Very green.
Whip in the wrong hand.
Yeah. And when Richard Ferree gets this horse to change, look at this for a run. By a beautifully bred horse. I can't see this losing next time.
No, that was a cracking run. I mean, to come from where he was.
Yeah.
And also on the inside track there.
Yeah. No, a very, very good run. As you can see, those three are the three to follow. And the last one just shows maybe just wants a little bit of a trip, a beautifully bred horse. Michael Lassie's bouncing out winners left, right and centre. And quite a few for the Van Furens. Well done to him. Right, let's go on to our next segment, Blast from the Past.
It's by Silvano from National Dixon, South African bred.
Final leg of the Sascock Triple Crown. And away they go from the 2,450 metre mark. Gothic got out well. Bulls is up there with the leaders now, and American Storm is racing outside of runners and is up there with the leaders, being followed by Tequila Sunrise. Wiley Hall is after them. Warhorse is about 5 lengths off the leader now. They're going along a decent sort of pace as they approach the back stretch now. And then we go back after that to Savage Wind, who's in the middle. And 5 lengths off the leader. Sabadell is after that. Gray's Champ and Wild One is back there at the fence now. And then we go further back in the field to Top Command, who's 10 or so from that leader as they continue on their journey. Safe House is back to the inside, and Antarctic Call is further back. And Talina is at the back of the field. Talina's about 14 lengths off the leader in the South African Derby as they continue now and go to the 1,400 metre mark, and it's Bulls in front who leads the way. Tequila Sunrise is racing in the second spot, and Gothic is now back in third. American Storm behind that. Wiley Hall and then Savage Wind further back in the field, and Gray's Champ, they 7 or 8 lengths off that leader as they travel now to the 1,300 metre area. They've been followed another length by Wild One in the hoop sleeves, 9 or 10 off the leader. Then we go back to Top Command. After that, out there is Safe House, Antarctic Call, and 14-15 off the leader. And Talina is at the back of the field and 16 lengths off them. Bowles continues along in the South African Derby, leads the way a couple of lengths to Tequila Sunrise, who's racing in second. Gothic is in third. American Storm, Wiley Hall, Warhorse, they about 6 or 7 lengths off the leader as they start their way round the turn. Savage Wind is after that. Gray's Champ in the red, they 7-8 lengths off the leader now. Talina's on the move, but is coming to the outside in the red cap. They got 9 to go. Wild One is further back. Sabadell is back along there inside as they come to the 600, and Tequila Sunrise has come through to pick it up. Gothic in the red is right there now. Wiley Hall is coming around them. Bolts no more. Warhorse has got 3 to go. Talina is coming through on the stand side. Has got 4 to go. Wild One is on a forward move to the inside, but it's Wiley Hall that comes together with Gothic as they pass the 200. Warhorse, here comes Talina, who's finishing strongly on the stand side. Wiley Hall is there. Gothic, Talina's on the outside, but it's Wiley Hall now coming to the lead into the closing stages from Gothic, and Wiley Hall has won the SA Derby. Gothic, Wild One ran third, then Talina after that lot, and they were followed by Warhorse, who was third.
Here we go, Wiley Hall, a very good horse. He showed his ability off that. The run in the Daily News was a cracking good run. He's always been a very good horse, Andrew, and the Daily News finish was a humdinger.
It was a humdinger. I mean, you look at Vercingetorix, one at Cape Town, Noah was right there, no worries.
Yeah.
And Vercingetorix showed in Dubai, how good those horses are.
That's right.
Yeah,
Just going back on this race, Andrew, Talina, I think, had a lot to do over 2-4 came from last. He's gone on a bit. And you tell me Warhorse deceased?
Yes, I believe he had a bad colic and they had to put him down. Yeah.
So he's Group 1 winner. It's unfortunate. And the rest haven't quite covered themselves in glory.
No, Paul, that was a grinding race. I mean, I think most of them were very much of a muchness.
Yeah.
And there was no superstar there. I mean, Gothic got into the Vodacom on the strength of that run.
I think this race was used as a yardstick by the panel, and they took some criticism for it, as opposed to the maybe the Daily News and races like that. Yeah, Gothic, Wild One, and Talina, unfortunately, who had been beaten a short head before in a Group 1.
Well, I don't know what Robbie Fradd was doing. I think we're going to visit the pub in the grandstand because he became so wide.
It's funny how some jockeys, when they think they've got to make a horse stay, they put him at the back. Once the bus is going, you're going at the same speed. But anyway, who's to ever go at them? Talina's a good horse. But Wiley Hall, the Australian import, very well-bred horse who's gone on to win races. Right, next thing on our list is going to be the Plum.
And a half. In second is Fee. They're followed by Flying Lakshmi. Then comes Ulmer. Tap away on the right-hand side. Trying to get into the race for love or money. 300 to go. And Balkan still leads by 2 or 3 lengths. Tap away is on the inside. And then comes Ulmer. But Balkan is now starting to streak away from the opposition. And Balkan is a runaway winner. Balkan will win by 5 or 6. So it goes to Balkan. Tap away second. McGoggerty ran on for third. Ulmer was behind that, then Flying Lakshmi.
There you go, Plum of the Week, Balkan, 1 to 4 at the start. You could get on Interbet 4 to 10, 9 to 20, and the guys had to go get your money into Interbet. And as you see now, they're doing in play, and you can have a bet on anything in sport, whatever you want. But that was our Plum of the Week, Balkan. Let's go on to current affairs.
Do you want to get the best odds on horse racing and sporting events? For every bet requested, we review all the bookmakers and select the one with the best odds. As a result, you always get the best odds. Interbet offers tote betting, fixed odd multiples, and betting with your mobile phone. To get started, all you need to do is register by filling in your personal information. Log into your account and start wagering.
Right, current affairs. We had good racing around the country, a Group 1 and 2 Group 3s down here in KZN. And Andrew, let's talk about the Group 1 first, the Laurie Jaffrey Empress Club Stakes, named after that flying filly. It always seems to be a night meeting.
Paul, it's a night meeting, but what worries me is it's 10 to 9. I'm in a coma by then. It's so late.
Yeah, it is. Now, this would keep people up, I think, watching some very, very good horses. The 3-year-olds have come through again. Along came Polly, Judd Pot, wonderful stallion.
Along Came Polly is actually one of the few fillies, I think, ever that I can remember in South Africa. That's won a Group 1 to break her maiden. She's only won 2 races and she's won 2 Group 1s.
That's interesting.
She still qualifies for a graduation, so it's a better offer on that.
Yeah, that's very true, very true. Let's go and have a look at the Empress Club Stakes, Grade 1 race.
And away they go. Up to the moon, slightly slow for the lads, not sulking, also not that well away. Jet Aglow, quick to begin with Sea Shadow. Jackador on the far side, Espumante's right there to Tiptoe. Then comes Along Came Polly and Negev, Festival of Fires, no more than 6 lengths off the leader, not sulking. Archetry Pink is further back in the field. Then comes Cherry on the top, who must give this leader about 8 or 9 lengths start. They followed in behind that by 4, the lads, further back to Luwala. Up to the moon is at the back end of the field. As they race up now with 1,000 metres left to go, and it's Sea Shadow the leader with Jackador in second. Jet Aglow is there to pounce. He's only got 2 lengths to make up. 2 lengths further away to in behind that Espumante and Tiptoe. They followed by Along Came Polly, then Negev further back to Cherry on the top. They're racing behind that with Festival of Fire. Further back in the field is Luwala, Classic Illusion. Further back comes Up to the Moon, and For the Lads is at the tail end of the field with 500 metres left to go. Jet Aglow is quick to move up down the inside, and it's Jet Aglow that picks up the lead from Sea Shadow. Along Came Polly on the outside, Espumante, Archetry Pink, then Festival of Fire wider out with 300 to run. Jet Aglow the leader, Along Came Polly, not sulking, is moving up on the outside. Espumante, Archetry Pink in the shake-up too. Along Came Polly with 200 to go, has picked up the advantage from Jet Aglow, not sulking. Archetry Pink the outside. Along Came Polly, a big payday for Along Came Polly. Archetry Pink, Jet Aglow, Espumante not sulking.
Well, there we go. Along Came Polly, wonderful for Brian Bernard and his family. He loves his racing, and now he's won his second Group 1. Well done to Gavin Van Zyl. Well done to everyone involved with this Judd Pot. A good gutsy win by the young horse.
Yes, it's a change of luck. I mean, she's had a few upsets.
Yeah.
She didn't have much luck in Cape Town.
Yeah, she's
And,
danced a few dances.
Good luck to Gavin.
Yeah, this is a good filly. Archetry Pink also been solid, this imported filly.
Yeah, and but she came from miles back in it.
Yeah.
I love Kevin.
Yeah, Shezi.
He's got a hands like you cannot.
He's the head waiter.
Garth Fuller used to be the head.
That's right, Garth Fuller. I remember Harold Taylor, a few boys. Shezi's the new head waiter.
No, but he just sits and sits, and he doesn't seem to have any nerve.
No, that's right. No, he's the emotionless rider, but a great rider. Jet Aglow skipped early, looked like it was going to win.
I think she got a bit. She was left out in front. I don't think they wanted her to be there. You know, at the top of the straight, everything fell away.
Yeah.
I think Sean was
caught
between a rock and a hard place. What do you do?
Yeah, you got to commit. He gave it a good ride. The fellow in front, and it ran a very good race. So, very good for Along Came Polly and the connections. Wonderful. No,
I'm glad for them too. Yeah.
That was the Group 1 of the weekend, and that was up in Turfentine. Then we had a couple of Group 3s down in Pietermaritzburg, and the first one we're going to show you, these are about from the 600-700 meters out, is the Bali Turk for 3-year-olds, and we had some visitors come into town, and Vaughan Marshall didn't take him long to start filling up his treasure trove.
No, well, Vaughan came early. He's taken a leaf out of Ralph Rickson's book. You remember Ralph used to pitch up here sort of 2 months before everybody else, and collect his pot, and then after that was bonus.
You know who was chasing him when he came down here? Kannemeyer, old man Kannemeyer, Terence Millard. You needed 2 months to get ahead of those two. But let's have a look at this race. It's the Bali Turk.
travel together. Then Copybook, Diamond King, October 11th, Tell Me More, and then comes Sail South. They're now Homeward Bound and Chestnut Rocket by a length and a quarter, 1914 in the orange. Flying Fellow on the inside, Hunting Horn between runners, the white sleeves and cap. Copybook's on the inside, Speed Rocket now comes under pressure. Diamond King's going to have to pick it up, got 3-4 lengths to make up. 1914 Chestnut Rocket, Hunting Horn on the inside, and Copybook's also running on. It's wide open now. Chestnut Rocket's finding more. 1914 Speed Rocket's coming on late. Down the inside, Copybook, but Chestnut Rocket won it. Second will go to Copybook. Third, maybe 1914. Hunting Horn's involved in a minor place.
Well, there we go. That's the Bali Turk, and we can tell you that it was wonderful for Horse Chestnut. You know, the stallion there, beating home an Argonaut and Copybook. And good for the young stallions.
Yeah, Paul, the Chestnut Rocket, I was watching it in the parade ring. He's got the head is a dead ringer for Horse Chestnut.
Is that right?
I hope his legs and everything else is the same. But yeah, no, and I mean, he just ground out that. I mean, he went all the way. And I think MJ had a sort of a sneak preview because he took Brett Crawford's horse Zacharias to the front and scooted clear. They didn't catch him. He knew something.
He had a good day, and also a very good day for the owner, Bruce Lynn, who won a race later in the day as well.
Yeah, I believe they had a little touch.
Well, this has won a good race, and as I say, very good for Horse Chestnut coming through to win this Group 3, and then Copybook, Argonaut as well. So well done to all of them, and Arkansas, the breeders of Chestnut's Rocket. All right, let's go look at the other Group 3 we had on the day, and this is the Umzimkulu Stakes for 3-year-old fillies, and let's have a look at it, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Meter marker. And the leader now is Sakania, highly decorated, is poised to have a crack at the leader. African Dreamers at the rail. Princess Juliet is back fourth, then Eventual Angel. They are followed by Red Flame. Circle of Speed got 8 or 9 lengths to make up, then Vina Veritas, Red Flame, and Castle Nova. Sakania in the pink moves through down the inside. African Dream, Eventual Angel. On the outside of that, highly decorated, still got about 3 to go, but Eventual Angel's now coming into the lead. African Dream is back in second. Highly Decorated still got 2 or 3 to go. Red Flames running on, but Eventual Angel hit the front over the last 100, is running strongly, and Eventual Angel's going to win it. The second position will go to Red Flame, then African Dream behind that, Highly Decorated.
Well, Eventual Angel winning a very good race, and Dennis Dreyer, Sean Cormack, they picked it up for the owners. And good form for this horse by Right Approach, bred by Mouton's Hook. Well done to them. Won comfortably.
Yes, Paul quickened out to the pack and just kept rolling. I thought Red Flame ran a good race.
Yeah,
she
very
was well
good
back.
Very good race. African Dream got the black tarp as well. So these guys with these fillies, highly decorated fourth. But the winner won comfortably, and I think there's more to come. Only having suffered 1 defeat in its life, she looks a useful filly, and a good ride by Sean Cormack. Right, while you're here, Andrew, I'm just going to show this to the public. Is this your latest?
That's the latest parade here.
We're going to push, and this is the latest parade. There we go. Beating the system.
We've got a cracking story about Barney Curley, you know.
Oh, the great punter.
Great punter. It's a cracking story. He took the... He was the Yellow Sam chap who cleaned up the Irish bookmakers about 1970 something, and they said no, he couldn't do it again. In the last 3 years, he's taken them for about 20 bar.
Does he train as well?
He trains. He's got about 12 horses.
And he sets them
up.
And
he sets them up. He says it takes like 4 years.
And he seems to pull it off, eh?
He's a legendary punter. I mean, he's a bloke who raffled his house, and he had a mansion in Ireland, and he was a bit short of cash, so he raffled his house, £1 a ticket, made an absolute fortune.
There's a method there. I wonder if James Goodman will do the same with his caravan. That would be very interesting. A rand to buy James Goodman's caravan. All right, let's move on. Other news: Jeffrey Lloyd's coming back to ride.
I hear so, Paul. Yeah.
He's gone out and had another MRI scan and spoken to specialists. He's starting to do barrier trials this week as we talk. He's going to be riding in Sydney, and a great rider coming back. You know, so he's had all the medical checks, and they've given him a thumbs up, and. He'll be back riding. Great rider.
That's good news, because I see his ex-gov, David Payne, won the AJC Derby at Randwick on
very, very good one. Grade 1 race for David Payne. He's still ticking away. I see him every time I get out there, and he doesn't run a big string, but he's got some good horses.
No, he has got some good horses. David's always been a hard grafter. He didn't take any nonsense from anybody. You don't,
No,
work,
he
you
still
don't
doesn't.
work you out.
Yeah, still, there was called Criterion, I believe.
Criterion, yeah, by Sebring. And
He's by
Sebring's
the-
a sprinter. He won the Golden Slipper.
That's right.
Yeah.
And this was going over ground, well, it's by Morgan Ready.
Morgan Ready.
Yeah, Morgan Ready.
But I was reading an article, and David just said sprinters in Oz are sort of they're just
too many
there.
of
So
them.
there's too many of them.
There's
He
too many of them,
said. So
yeah.
he said he'd much prefer the staying horses. He
Yeah.
likes to train staying
Well,
horses.
people are saying that it's going to be a long time before the Aussies can win another Melbourne Cup, because the Irish are sending their horses in, the French are sending their horses in, and we've seen it over the last few years. Even though Gay Waterhouse won it last year, the Melbourne Cup was from an Irish.
Yeah,
Irish horse.
I think what's happened is Australia's gone for the big money 2-year-old races. And
Yeah, the Blue
that's
Diamond
what-
and the Golden Slipper,
Yeah,
correct.
I mean that's huge money for 2-year-olds though.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they end up snippets and all those horses. They're all sprinters.
Yeah.
And they don't, so they'll never win their
If you can win the Slipper, which was won by Moss Fun this year,
Yeah.
if you can win the Slipper or the Blue Diamond, it was won by Earthquake, who was unbeaten before it lost to Moss Fun, the value goes through the roof. You know, if you're a colt, you're going to be a stallion. If you can win the Slipper, you're going to Stallion Barn.
That's right. I mean, I suppose it's sort of like the American sort of system now. I think they might come to live to regret it, because you win the Derby or you win, and you've patched the horse up, you've had bloody knee ops and all that. You win the Kentucky Derby, you're off to stud.
Yeah.
And you throw horses with crooked legs and and
Well,
it's not good for racing. I don't
You've
think.
got to have your yardstick. The Kentucky Derby is traditionally a great race. And listen, they've had problems with their surfaces for a long time. It's if you win the Epsom Derby, you're going to Stallion Barn. If you're you have to be an entire to run in the race.
They had to run the race. And I mean, you got Tessia. I mean, his whole breeding theory was based on the English Derby, the Epsom Derby.
Epsom Derby, yeah. Well, listen, some of those Epsom Derby winners have been great stallions.
Yeah, I mean, we've
Great.
also had some Bun and Coke ones, but anyway.
I would like to have a few Galileos, a few Monjos, a few High Chaparrals.
Not bad, yeah.
That's what you want. And also, there's an apprentice you were telling me making waves down.
No, Xavier Carstens. I mean, he had a rocky start in KZN. He had a few places, and he was a hard worker and all that, but he never actually got the opportunities. And they sent him down to Cape Town. He was on a 3-month trial, and if he didn't make it, he was out. And he's come good. He's won, I think, 8 races since January.
That's fantastic.
And he won a listed race on Saturday. So yeah, I think he just needed a bit of a confidence boost. Yeah, it's good for him.
That's very, very well.
Yeah,
Xavier,
Terence Welsh, I think, is put him straight.
he's sorting them out down there. Well, that's very good. Well done to Xavier. Anything else, Andrew?
No, but I don't think so, Paul. Not that I can.
I think
of
we've
offhand.
touched on everything. The parade. Don't forget, I've got Cruising Tom coming to join me. Tom Callahan, the CEO, is going to be here on Your Call. He'll tell us all about the upcoming sale. And Andrew, thanks very much for joining me, taking over the hot seat. Shark Bite will be back next week. So we'll be back with Your Call. Hi, welcome to Your Call. Very interesting because we're building up to the national sales, and I've got the CEO, Tom Callahan, down here to talk about some of the new innovations and what's on offer, when it's happening. Tom, thanks very much for coming down.
Lef, thanks for having me on the greatest racing show in Africa.
There we go, Cruising Tom. Right, I do like some of your headlines. First, can I have a look at that Sporting Post thing? We can get our cameras in. Now, this is fantastic. If you can get that zoomed in, you will see, to get into the frame, you've got to get a horse. And we're slowly getting in there. We're getting closer all the time. There we go. So there's the in the background. You can see Roy Moodley and his wife in the middle, and that's the gang is Ken Truter holding the flag. This was a great trip out, and going to support South African horses with the flag. Thanks, Tom. Right, let's talk about yourself. Firstly, it's on a Sunday and a Monday this year. Any reason for that? Because the right time for people, do you think?
Left, the sale is after Champions Day. It's on a Sunday and a Monday, which is a public holiday. It was done mainly due to Easter being the week before, which is Monday. Easter Monday is on Monday the 21st. Doesn't suit the QE2, obviously on the same day, but at that stage we didn't have any horses running. Now the Team de Kock is going to go dominate over there. Nothing we can do this year. We're looking to change it next year, but Sunday and Monday suits the local market very well.
Yeah. So that's good and looks very, very good. Now you've used a very, very good line here. The catalogue passes the drop test. Where did this come from?
It's actually from the paint industry. Apparently, if you push a bucket of paint off a ladder and it doesn't break from 2 meters, but I could be wrong, that if it doesn't break, it passes the drop test. But I think it's just really important for a catalogue to have depth. The pages must talk to you.
Every page you open's got
and every page you open in this book has got something. There are some light pages, but the animals that are in there are standout specimens that our selector said we had to have on the sale, irrespective of the fact the page is a bit light. So we're hoping that we've done as best we can to select horses that give our buyers a chance to find, the best value bloodstock and the best quality bloodstock in the country, and that's what our goal is.
Perennially, it's been a very good sales. Your figures have been up lately. It's all auguring well. It looks very good. Now, people are going to start saying, when will we start seeing the horses up at the sale ground?
The horses have started actually arriving today. They'll be available this week. Give them a couple of days just to acclimatise to good old Joburg. But over the Easter weekend, most of the horses will be in, and I really encourage people to come along in the build-up. Over Easter, we're going to have a family day braai on the Monday. Bring your kids along. There's jumping castles and things for keep the kids busy and away from horses' hooves. But there is one of the bonuses about our sales complex is that you do have a lengthy time to look at horses. You don't have to cram everything in.
Yes.
So come there, digest. There's a lot of horses to get through, and we are ready and waiting for all to come and view.
It's always a lot of fun too, because you touch base with our mates, especially us trainers. We'll see the Joburg trainers, the Cape trainers, and you guys put on a very, very good show. But let's talk about horses that have come off your sales recently. Tom, you've had some good ones.
Well, it just the list continues, and that's you're only as good as your last game. It's like any sport, and we've had some champions come off recently. The latest one that just continues to defy the odds is a Long Came Polly, 60,000 rand purchase by a New Season stallion at the time, and she just won her second Group 1 last weekend.
That's only her second win. Both her wins have been Group 1s. She's
Jeez, wouldn't you love to have a horse who's a two-time winner?
Yeah, two Group 1s. But you've got Captain America, Legislator, the big Cape horses from your sale.
Absolutely.
They're coming up here to campaign in Gold Circle country. Yes,
we do have horses that are performing outstandingly. Vercingetrix is our international pin-up boy, as well as the favourite of many of us, Shay Shay, sold a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But we do sell and continue to sell horses at the top level, and that's what the national stamp of quality is all about.
Yeah, you've got some. We're just looking at some of the mares. You just touch on Mother Russia, Lovers in the Air,
Zirconium.
Some very good mares on.
Absolutely, we've got Group 1 perform mares. We've got siblings to Group 1 performers. We talk about blue hens. We do have a catalogue that is littered with blue hens. I think old farmer McDonald, he'd be impressed. But we do have selected on strong pedigrees, and once again, it is all about the horse. And we've been incredibly strong on the physical criteria, and we're hoping people will see that when they arrive at the sales this week.
Okay, now what's interesting, you've got a wonderful spread, 59 stallions. That shows there's a bit for everybody. You've got over 500 horses coming out. That makes it work to go and see them, but you've got a chance from every stallion. And I still see they use the term the big 5 stallions. I like to think we've got more than the big 5 nowadays.
It really is just to fit in with the tourism market.
Yeah,
we've got the big 7. I mean, we've got some horses, some stallions that are starting to fire left. And yes, you're right. It's the big 10.
Yeah, the big 10 at least, because there's some wonderful stallions coming through, and you've got some very good first season sires, some promising sires starting to make a place for themselves in the market. So it looks well.
Well, if you in the last week or two, there've been some very exciting developments. Ideal World, one of the best bred stallions in the world, had his first winner
Yesterday.
Yes, great for the stallion, great for our sale.
Beautifully bred
Braveton
horse.
Soldier, another winner, first timer.
That's right.
Lateral having doubles and leading the freshman size log.
Is Lateral leading? That's interesting at this stage.
Yeah.
It's very, very interesting news. Well done to everyone involved with that.
So there's some of the new season stallions are starting to get chalk up
Starting to
some
emerge,
wins.
Yeah, and so it looks like you've got a wonderful crop. But let's talk about Western Winter. He's perennially a great stallion, produces these top horses. Last crop.
Once again, very sad. Last year it was Jetmaster. This year it's another legend of the breeding paddocks. And we have a very strong crop. We've got a half to Ebony Flyer. We've got some really power horses. Thanks to Lomas Kroll for bringing some of their top Western Winters. And we are sad, but excited to have the honour of selling his last crop. And we do encourage people to come along. They will be in demand. There's no doubt. He has produced. Cape Town was obviously a recent example. He had a winner, King Fault in Cape Town this weekend. That looks like the real deal.
Looks a good
So Western Winter is, you can't count him out. And you know what happens posthumously? They
get
seem
better.
Oh, absolutely. So
Western Winter gives you your Group 1 winners every year. Just a great stallion. And how is Silvano represented?
Silvano, we're long off the tee with Silvanos left. We've got a lot. We've got about 40 Silvanos, very well-bred Silvanos, some standout animals. And once again, Silvano, he's the kind of stallion that makes a sale.
Yeah, and the horses like Judpot, well represented.
Judpot, he has got a fantastic draft. We are obviously very chuffed with Along Came Polly's win this weekend, and I'm sure not as chuffed as the Bernards, but a Group 1 win, you take them even if it is your second win.
Yeah, okay, let's just have a break for an advert now. Here we go. Roy's Royalty is a Magic Millions graduate. Roy's Royalty winning comfortably in KZN the other day. A very, very nice win. So well done to that, because I thought it was German Lady coming up. She's another one who won for them. But let's get back to Tom. Right, Tom, we've got some of the innovations you brought through. But let's talk about your website, because people need to know the updates. And I think with your website having the updates all the time, it's a big plus.
Our website is our most important marketing tool other than our catalogue, our Bible. We have done a lot of work on our website. It's very interactive, very easy to use even for the non-computer literate. It encompasses all information we believe that people need to know, from the online catalogue specifically to the updates. We're getting updates through daily there's some big updates across the book. And I really encourage people to go and look online and see, the updates that could affect them and their purchasing decisions.
It certainly can affect it, People don't realize it. You go and have a look, and sometimes people get lucky. They buy a horse and a month later, one of the siblings wins a Group 2 or something. You say, whoa, this value's gone up, So it's very important. And if you've got a team who just updates all the time.
Yes, we obviously, we're very keen on ensuring communication is at the best, as professional as world class as can be. So it's updated regularly. Our website also, our innovation we launched last year has passed through yearlings.
That's an interesting point. Let me stop you there now. A lot of people might not know exactly what Tom's talking about here, but horses that are passed through, some countries say passed in, they are horses that did not reach a reserve or don't reach their price, and the auctioneer will say, we'll have to come and speak to the vendor a little bit later. You're immediately going to put those up. So someone sitting at home says, shoot, that wasn't sold.
Yeah.
They can get on the phone.
Absolutely. I think what is another innovation we're launching this year is our web streaming is going to be different division. It's going to be the best in the world.
Explain that to the layman.
Our web streaming is how people can watch the sale on our website.
And they'll hear the auctioneer say, this was passed.
They can hear the auctioneer if they would like, but more importantly, there will be a running tag down the side of the picture of the actual, with the horse and in the ring, the lot number. Clearly, you can clearly see what's happening, even if the sound's up, down. But you'll also see the previous lots that have been passed through before and the prices that have gone before.
Idea.
So
it's becoming common practice.
Yeah, you don't have to flip around. Exactly. I mean, English, Magic Millions, ours is better. And as you know, I'm incredibly competitive, and I'm very, very happy with our product that we're going to be using this year.
And a guy sitting watching the streaming can know exactly what the price is.
All he does is click a link on a yearling, and he'll email me directly, and I'll put him in touch with the the vendor. But it is just, we're a sales company. We've got to sell, and not all horses get sold in the ring. We know that. Our favorite, son at the moment, Louis the King, he wasn't sold in the ring.
That's
and,
right.
The list goes on, as you know, Lef.
Yeah, and as we're talking about, everybody is in the dream factory, as I like to call it these days, Tom, where people can say, I want to get a horse, I want to get a share in a horse, it can change my life. We've seen it affect people's lives, that newspaper you held up, and people have got a chance of changing their lives by having a share in a horse.
Louis the King is a horse I've got to touch on.
You love your Louis the King, eh?
Oh, great name. But,
great horse.
A horse bought in utero, not sold at the sale, taken home. A buyer reluctantly decided to buy it because he wanted to get his son involved in racing and named the horse after his son, Louis, Mr. van der Vyver.
Yeah.
And look what that horse has done now. Buyer stallion, Black Melaleuche, it's definitely his year this year. It is the dream, 60,000 Rand purchase, and it's earned over 3 million Rand and about to win the Triple Crown. It can happen, Lef, and we're not looking far back into the history. This is recent, this is current.
Yeah.
So, it's a great example of anything is possible.
Absolutely, and the trend worldwide seems to suggest we could have a very good sell.
The interest we've had from overseas has been phenomenal. I've been pushing for 3 years to get some overseas people, and they've now contacted me. We've got overseas press which we haven't had before. So well done to Mike de Kock and his team. They're flying the flag. Variety Club, Justin Getrix,
Sean Terry,
Soft Falling Rain,
Yeah.
Sean Terry. Everyone they're helping. They're
done their
putting
bit.
our hands up. We're getting to the top of Everest. We're braving our flags.
Tom, I've seen you in Dubai. You're out there with your catalogues and you're out there lobbying people. Does it work?
It definitely works, Lef. I was in Dubai this year. I've picked up 2 clients that are coming to the sale. It works. You've got to get out there. We're a sales business, and sales happen out with clients. They don't happen, in the office.
So we'll get, if we can start getting the message out that with our currency as it is, it's a favourable market to buy.
It's an absolute no-brainer. If you look at the prices from the English sale this last week, I think their median price was 1.2 million Rand, and our median price is about 200 or just over 200,000 Rand. So, 5-6 times cheaper. The message has been marketed across all international platforms, and it's working. We have some new buyers coming to the sale, but more importantly, we've got some big overseas buyers that are showing some serious interest. So we're very excited about it, and investing now in South Africa, it is the opportunity of a lifetime, so to speak. The export protocols will be reduced in the next year or 2.
Are you confident?
It has to happen.
Yeah.
There's been a mind shift change of note in the last year, from what I've seen. Personnel changes, strategy changes. It has to change.
I've got a meeting, funny enough, at your sales with Benny van der Merwe, who we're going to record for the show, and he's going to tell us the latest development. He sounded very upbeat and positive as well, Tom.
Benny, I don't know when he sleeps. He's a vet, he's a farmer, he's a father, he's a husband.
He's a toiler.
But tinker maker. He works incredibly hard, and I spoke to Benny last week, and I know that he's. The boat is being pushed out there, Left. So we've got to be positive. We live in South Africa. If you're negative in South Africa, you don't enjoy yourself.
Yeah. So you're positive that figures are going to be up.
Figures will be up, not hugely. There'll still be good value for buyers, which I know that's what buyers want to hear. Breeders, we're going to go and get the best money we can, the most realistic pricing for thoroughbreds in South Africa, and we really are looking forward to welcoming everyone to Johannesburg.
Just let's talk on purchasing of a horse. A guy watching the show says, well, I need to purchase a horse. How much time has he got to pay for a horse? If you take a person like Mr. Van Vuren, who came along and suddenly decided him and his family want to get some horses, he appeared out of nowhere. And do you, apart from the catalogue, how do you set up terms with someone to purchase for a national sale?
We take a deposit up front.
Yes.
For new buyers that we don't know, unless they've been, surety's been signed by one of our current.
So if they've vetted and they sound.
Absolutely. If they're sound, we obviously do give them some leniency.
Yes.
But an example, Mr. Van Vuren, he paid the same day.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
Unfortunately, we don't have many clients like that.
He's
out
the
there.
Everest.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
But he's an example of the kind of guy that changes racing.
Yeah.
Especially we've got some of the older folk falling out of racing, giving up the game or moving on, and it's great to have new blood in. So we're encouraging new people, and part of this program, is to if you're worth thinking about it, come along and have a look. And, there's always share options, buying into syndicates. We've got a couple of syndicate people that will be available at the sale, putting syndicates together. But in terms of credit applications, we do take a deposit from new people. And, they do have 21 days to pay.
So
but it's similar to any business, Lef. You speak to the farmers who come and buy horses from us, they pay with cash.
Yeah.
Because they reckon they go to a livestock auction, you're not allowed to take an animal away from the ground unless you've paid. So we are quite unique in the horse game. It's
a horse game. Is a bad debt problem bad? Has it got tight? Has it got better? Has it got worse?
It's got a lot better.
Yeah.
We as the TBA have been guilty of not controlling our credit as best we should. I focus a lot on that. It's hard, Lef, in these times to get it perfect. As you know, there's a lot of people out there who are swerving.
Yeah.
But our credit is better, and it really is about ensuring that you give credit correctly up front, and then ensure that the right people on the game. We don't need people who bad payers, Lef. That affects the cycle of payment, and it's a no-go. And I totally support the new RA thinking, or NHRA thinking, of withdrawing colours of people who don't pay. You should not be allowed to race a racehorse if you owe people money. Absolutely.
Especially, as you say, it's a vicious circle from the trainer down to the vet, down to the farrier, down to the feed merchant. Yeah, so Tom, it's all stations go, and we're wishing you everything of the best, you and your team. And if anyone sees something and puts it comes straight through to an email to you. So you're going to be inundated, hopefully.
Well, after last year's Nationals, I had over 100 emails. So the concept works. There is absolutely no doubt. And, I'm very accessible, as you know, and I get around, and I'm here to help. That's what my job is. And if people do have queries or anything they'd like to talk about, please give me a call, drop me an email, come talk to me at the sale. I want you to enjoy yourselves at the sale. But more importantly, I want people to come. Last year, the atmosphere was excellent. This year, I want it to be better. Great day of racing at Turfentine Champions Day. I mean, it is a week of note. As you said, people from all around the world, some farmers getting off their farms in the big lights, and it is a great week, and it's a week that's part of the history and the fabric of South African racing.
What's your minimum bid?
Minimum bid is 200,000 rand. No, 50,000 rand. 50,000.
Yeah. So if you're going to get a horse, you're going to pay 50.
Absolutely. Listen, these horses are. This is not bun and coke. These are proper, well-bred, top end horses.
Yeah, and that's very, very good. Tom, well, all I can say, it's been an absolute pleasure having you. You're going back there. You're going to be based up at the with my team, Caroline, Betty, Marge. They're all there.
No, the old crew are there. We're trying to improve our service levels every year, and we love having people there. And it's a relationship thing as well. There's been some relationships that go back many years, and it's important that we nurture them and work with them. And we are getting better. There's absolutely no doubt, and I'm sure people see the changes that we've made to the complex. It looks unbelievable, Lef, even if I say so myself.
Well done on getting Maritzfontein. It's their first crop.
Wow.
The first draft of horses they're selling, isn't it?
It's an honour. It's an absolute honour. And I have to tell you that the reports from all that have been to the farm have been unbelievable.
That's fantastic.
I mean, Fort Wood, what a fantastic stallion. I mean, the fact he didn't sell well last year was just beggars belief.
Yeah.
But he has a fine draft from Maritzfontein. Ideal World, as I said, first winner. He's going to be in the spotlight big time. So we're very excited, and it's a huge honour to sell for Maritzfontein.
Tom, thanks very, very much for coming down. There we go. Tom Callahan is going to be there. You heard how you can get hold of him. Get on that website, check the updates, and get your catalogue and try and buy yourself the next winner.
Guy Silvano from National Vixen, South African bred.